Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 24, Volume 7. And this week, we've got a huge box to look at. Actually, to be fair, I thought we'd do it this way, because this is another box of goodies that were delivered to me recently. I haven't had a chance to open it, so I've just taken the label off, by the way. That's the reason I've got that. So what we'll do, he says, using the very sort of sharp knife, is we are going to open this thing up, and we're going to have a little look on the inside and what we've got, because I know it was another selection of special tapes, special tapes that people send, and a few other tapes that I've been sent as well, because I think I've got a few other things as well. Let's try not to knock the camera stand while we do this. There we go. That's working so far. That's amazing. I can't even believe that I managed to do that without knocking it. Let's do this one without knocking it. Brilliant. Excellent. Let's see. So underneath here, yes. So we're going to select a couple of these out of here. These ones are so nicely labelled, though. I got sent a picture of them, and I was like, wow. People are really, 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 really kind to their stuff sometimes. Look at this. Infinite Lives and starring... Do they actually have the instructions here? Sorry, I might knock the camera a little bit here. Do they actually have the pokes on here? I can't see the pokes. I can't see the pokes on anywhere written on here, but... Special Gunfight Edition. Oh look, it actually is. No, they've put it on. Look, Special Edition of Ark of Yesod. This has got. So what's this one got? Special Edition. I'm not even sure. So we got that one. We got a whole collection in here actually. We've got Dynamite Down Special Edition, Roller Coaster and Thunderbirds. Do you know what? Assuming this is the one, I think this is the one we're going to go for. One of the ones we're going to go for because. This, oh wow, look at this. Somebody's really got a lot of effort. Look at this for effort. Can't really see it now. I think the printing is gone, but it's there. Look, there's the codes. Is it folded over? No, it's not folded over. That's amazing. So somebody's really gone for it. That's the one I think we're going to go for this week as well, because I like Roller Coaster, and I also like Dynamite Down, and it doesn't appear very often. So I think we're going to put that one to one side for a start off. That's one of the ones we're going to play this week, definitely. Let's see what else we've got in here. We've got Alien 8, Beachhead, Airwolf, again with us saying special editions. What else we got in here? Schizoids, isn't it? Or Schizoids, Sword Fight, Gun Law, Derby Day. I've never heard of Gun Law actually. That sounds interesting. Sentinel A and B, Derby Day. Wow, I'm surprised that it's on there. I'm tempted by that one. I'm going to put that to one side because I don't know what Gun Law is. Let's have a look. There's all kinds in here though. Look at this. Starquake 3 Weeks in Paradise. Fantastic game. Jack and the Beanstalk. Love that one. Sorcery. Another great game from the Virgin Collection. And Formula 1 Simulator. It's also quite tempting, that one. Gremlins Match Day, Turbo Chess. And Bruce Lee. Fantastic games. Some good stuff in here. Oh, Death Star, Alien, Mooncrester, and Mr. Freeze. Oh, I love it. I missed they fit on this. Somebody had some really good sort of squeezes on these things. Look at this Beachhead, Spike, Saboteur, and 1985. Oh, amazing. Ardidum, Spectra, Rescue, Penetrator. What else have we got here? Robin of the Wood and Critical Mass. That was the game I was thinking of last week when I was thinking about one that Daryl had sent me. That's the one I was thinking of. Critical Mass, I think was the one. Was it Critical Mass? Oh, maybe wrong again. I've got it in my head. I thought it was Critical Mass. What else have we got here? Spy vs. Spy, Technical Ted World Series. Another couple of fantastic games. All labelled up lovely. Look at this. Look at the effort that's gone to this. Sorry if I'm banging the camera around, just because the box is knocking against it. Let's have a little dig. Now this is one I did buy from as well. Spitfire. I've never played Spitfire before. Previously unreleased. Should we put it on the list to play? I've not played this game before. This is previously unreleased. This is Encore, which of course is Elite. But they said it wasn't released previously. I've never seen it before. It's a game I've not seen before, especially from the Encore range. So we're going to put that to one side as well. We'll do that one as well. Definitely on the list. So playing today. Let's see what else we've got down here. A blank one with nothing on it. well, something on it. There's lots in here, by the way. Lots and lots of sort of tape things. Football Manager. Sorry, that's upside down. Whatever those are. There's usually something on these. Wow, there's so many tapes in here. It's just unreal. I mean, I did say to him send me a load of tapes, but he sent me a load of tapes. Lots and lots of tapes. I'm going to adjust the camera slightly here. Just you stand still. I'll go up a little bit. Look, like that. Jumped a little bit, but it did it. So more. That's a gorgeous green. Look at that. Look at that green. That's very green. Tape. Wow, there's such a lot of stuff in here. I'm seeing there's something that springs out on me that I haven't seen before. These are so taped, these tapes. They're very, very hard to actually get them to load once they get a bit old and they get a bit difficult to load. This is this is a treasure trove. It's a treasure trove of stuff. Let's see what we've got here. Tanks, Bullseye, Mr. Wimpy, and Fantas Diamond. Not even heard of that one before. Let's see what else we got. Project Future, Star Strike, and Strange Loop. That never loads. So tempted to try it. What else have we got on here? Cytron, Fall Guy, with instructions. What else have we got here? School Days, Commando, Op-Eye, Commando Special Edition. Do you know what, though? I wonder if this will work. Let's try it. I'm going to try that one with Strange Loop on. That's putting that one aside. We've got a few here. We've got quite a lot that we're going to try. Because I'm going to try that one. That's really good. There's some good stuff in here, by the way, though. Lords of Midnight, Tales of Arabian Nights. We've got Jeff Cape's Strongman. Used to love his parrots. He used to love his parrots when he was Strongman, wasn't he? Hustler Pool. Graham Gooch's. Is it Gooch? I think it is. We've got Cauldron, Spitfire. Look at this. Typhoon, Guerrilla Warfare. Oh my god, wow! Somebody went absolutely crazy with this. It's great. Let's see what else we've got here. Got some other ones. Jumping Jack, Football Manager, Zaxxon. Wow, that tape's massive, but oh god, it looks horrible, doesn't it? He says winding it on with his finger because couldn't help himself. That's just my nature of me. And let's see what else we've got further down here. Let's see. Witch's Cauldron, Eddie Eskimo, Cyclone, Birds and the Bees. One that says nothing at the moment, but it does. Never Ending Story, Programming Arts. Right. Those are always interesting. Sorry, the box is moving around and you're moving a little bit as well. Raid Over Moscow, Finders Keepers, Southern Bell, Marsport. Good. Some good games so far that we found in here. Look at this. There's so many good, so much. You know, it's interesting to see how well people kept these collections as well. Spellbound with Infinite Lives and Infinite Rooms, Transformers, Everyone's a Wally. It's like somebody actually did properly what you would call nowadays called hack them, properly hacked as such. Tank Duel, Blind Alley, Tutankhamun's Tomb, Galleons, Scuba Dive, Zaxxon. Right, is there anything else in here? No, there isn't. Right, okay, let me move out of the way. Oh, watch out for everybody. Everybody stay out of the way. Right, hang on. That's terrible. Look at that. Let me zoom this in again. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. Zoom. There we go. Right, okay, so this is what we're playing this week. Cue the music. There we go. We'll stick those into the old tape drive, and I think we'll start with. We'll go with Madness. We'll start with this one. So there's at least 7 games this week. So that's going to keep you busy. Anyway, I'll see you when I load it in the tape. So into the tape deck they go. Right, the tape is in the drive, so we'll go down our favourite, which is basic, and load load speech marks. Let's pop that in there. There we go. Let's push the button. Now I had to flip the tape over. I hadn't realised I put it on the wrong side. I put it in the side with Star Strike. I want it to be 3D Star Strike to be correct. I know it's been typed on here, lovely, but yeah, Star Strike and then Strange Loop. So there's a weird star next to Strange Loop, or is it just a mark on the page? It could just be a mark on the page. This is Future Project, isn't this? This was cloned, I think, by that chap, I can't remember his name, Harry Price, that's it. Harry Price cloned this into many other games. So basically, I say cloned it. He just asset swapped the graphics and then, redid it. I can't remember what the game is that did do this with. But what I hadn't noticed when I actually put this together is somebody's really nicely photocopied all of the inlays for all of these games, including this one. I hadn't seen those behind the tapes. A lot of them, I think, have got these behind the tapes in that little collection there. I don't think I can... Oh, yes, you can. Hang on. So they photocopied it onto paper, then folded it over and made it the same size. It's just unreal, actually. I love it when people do this effort. But anyway, this is the SSS Future. We're on it. There's 5 different decks, a labyrinth to destruction codes. You must find the self-destruct and activate it once the CDS of the SS has been activated. You must escape. So self-destruct system. Yeah, okay. So self-destruct CDS has been. We must escape. So there's 5 different layers. Your mission is to teleport aboard and activate the self-destruct. There's 255 screens in the most amazing high-resolution graphics ever seen on the Spectrum. I believe it. Dominic Wood, I believe it. You made a great game here. Actually, this is a good game. The funny thing about this game is you can find loads of copies of it. It's not one of these games that's like, uncommon or whatever else it is. It's pretty common. You can find it everywhere, but it's good. It's well worth playing. It's a game that I've played previously. It's appeared on the channel. It's nice. Obviously, you need a map. And thank you, by the way, to Daryl, whose gift we looked at last week. Daryl sent me loads of maps for all the games that I was saying need maps in the video. So that was really kind of him, anyway. But yeah, it's one of those games that needs maps. So you need to kind of map it out and know what you're going to. Do you know something? I used to love that. Did you not love that when we used to go to WH Smith's? I'm going to name it WH Smith's. Or your local estate agent, a local estate agent, to buy a small magazine house. No, but your local news agent to buy magazines. These are the days when the top aisle was definitely full of nudie ones, including WH Smith's, and then WH Smith started putting clothes on the nudie ones, by putting wrappers on them, and then eventually just got rid of them all, at which point the shop, I actually am surprised to this day that WH Smith still exists. I'm not sure what are they selling nowadays. Not an awful lot, I don't think. It's quite sad, really, isn't it? It's sort of, it was a staple of the British high street, like Boots the chemist, also a staple of the whole thing. Just some strange decisions. Anyway, I'm not suggesting the nudie magazines, by the way. With the downfall of W.H. Smith's, there's an executive there going, "I wish we'd put more Penthouse up there." Bring back the Playboy. No, I'm not convinced that that's entirely why the downfall of these things or the. I mean, they're obviously surviving. You can see them at train stations and things like that. I think they that's kind of where they make their money nowadays, isn't it? It's that sort of must be their how their existence works. Anyway, so what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, so you used to go into your WH Smiths, you used to pick up your copy of Crash or Sinclair User or Your Sinclair. And inside will be a lovely drawn-out map that somebody had done and sent in, or it had been done into house and rejigged to make it look fancy, and little cartoon characters and strange little inscriptions on it, and all those kind of things. And it was good, and it was fun, and it was more fun, I think, than the mapping of nowadays, which is all super precise for the most part. Oh, look at that super precise map, instead of some sort of random, sort of drawn by children sort of thing. And I can't. Oh, so annoying. We almost got all the way to the end there, and it didn't load. Let's try again. Yeah, super precise stuff that we would have loved back in the day. Well, not super precise. I mean, the original hand-drawn ones we loved back in the day. We loved that. It was your way to get your tips, wasn't it? You didn't get them off the internet. You didn't go searching for it. You didn't have previews. Oh yeah, I mean, those were the days, weren't we? You had to either read the magazine or you just randomly bought your Spectrum game based on those teeny little graphical, pictures on the back, or even none in some case. So you'd get the game and you'd buy it and you'd have no pictures whatsoever, and you'd be like, oh, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? Is it going to be awful? And 9 times out of 10, it was okay. It was good enough. And then there's some excellent ones. I think a lot of people can complain about things. I'm gonna say something controversial here. It's not a good game, but it's a game you probably played. Target Renegade 3. Oh, I said it out loud. Target Renegade 3. It's not great, it's not brilliant, but it was there and it was good enough. And to be fair, that Bob Wakeland cover is superb. I mean, a man kicking a dinosaur in the nads is definitely a good cover to have. It was sort of similar to that anyway. I may have made it more slightly more vivid than it was, but yeah, but the point is that there was mummies and all kinds on it. Yeah, it wasn't a great conversion, not after Target Renegade, which was by far one of the best 2-player beat 'em ups, scroll on beat 'em ups you could ever get for the Spectrum. I'm going to stand by that because I don't think there are many more that in my mind that are as good as Target Renegade. If you wanted to play a game with a friend on the weekend, you're all come in, you've finished on the BMXs, you've destroyed the local neighbourhood, you've done all the naughty things you've done, you've got your sweeties and your Coca-Cola or something else, a Panda Cola. Remember Panda Cola? You got your Panda Cola, and you sit down, you load up Target Renegade. Now, if you're lucky enough to 128k, all loads at once. If you don't, you have to load the levels one by one, and you miss an entire level, but you still got it. So you got Target Renegade, load it up, you bought, maybe one of you's on the joystick, and both on the keyboard, and you play Target Renegade, and it's one of the greatest beat-em-ups you could ever get. I mean, quite literally, I'll stand by this. I think it is one of the greatest beat-em-ups. However, when it came to the one-player version, or the sort of the beat 'em up of a generation for the Spectrum anyway, it's Renegade. It's the 3 screens between each rooms, because it's about 3 screens, by the way, across. That's probably the better single-player game than Target Renegade. I know there's many of you out there might think that I'm wrong with this, but I am right. The better single-player game is Renegade. The better multiplayer game is Target Renegade, and that's the truth. It really is. There's no other way to put it. I mean, it's good single player Target Renegade, but it isn't quite as fun as as Renegade. I think Renegade has more character in the sense of that part. But as a multiplayer game, Target Renegade is definitely one. So there's 2 of the greatest Spectrum games right there, both of which, I mean, Renegade was an arcade game and technically a conversion, but the Spectrum version is better than the arcade, and I refuse to believe that there is any other version that is better than the Spectrum version of Renegade. It is legendarily good. It's one of the greatest. I'm on it today, by the way, you can tell. I'm on one. Stand back. Let him cook. but it's one of the few. It's also, I also believe the Spectrum version of Green Beret is probably better than the arcade version and all other versions. I know, it's a bold claim there. It's a very bold claim, but I believe that is the case. But yeah, I think that's where it is. And that's the thing about Spectrum games. There are lots of games. It's very hard to even create, I mean, people have said to me before, create that top 50 list of Spectrums. I don't even know if I could. I don't know if I could. I don't think it's possible to create a top 50 list of games. Or even the top 10. The top 10's even more impossible to create for the Spectrum. There are so many games you would miss because the Spectrum was such a wide, that was it, 22,000 games and rising at the moment, still finding new, still finding missing in action games, not including the phenomenal homebrew market that's out there that's still adding to the catalogue of the games. I mean, it's just amazing to think that. I have no idea what the keys are, though, for this. I'm going to look at this manually thing, see if it tells me. Right, hang on. I think I've got them. I think I've got them. Up, down, AZ, NM, and fire is the remaining keys on the bottom row. Right, so that'll be space or something like that. Okay. NM, space, AZ. Right, okay, I'm on it. Keyboard it is. NM, space. Right, it's 5 to start. 4 to start, sorry, even. Yeah, 4. Press 0 for keyboard. There we go, press 4. Look at us launching our ship. We're flying. We're flying, people. What a shot. I got all them with one go. Right, we need instruction codes anyway. That looks like codes, doesn't it? That looks like codes there. Look at the graphics on this. Seriously, great graphics. And look at that fellow with the long nose. Big nose. There's a Scottish flag. Oh, what's this? That doesn't do anything. And that doesn't do anything either. And we get zapped again. Graphics are great. I feel like that's a code thing, but it's not doing anything. Ah! Hang on, I'm gonna go this way. Come on, go. Oh wow, sort of. I've got a lot of lives. Game over. That's a lot of lives. That's a lot of. I played for a whole minute there. Let's have another go. I'm holding the. I've got it. See if the full stop works as a fire button, because that's really annoying. It does. I'm going to try going that way. No, full stop's not a good choice. Right, go. Oh, hang on, what's that? That's not a destruction code. Oh, there's a gun. Must be more ammo. They look like they should be explodable. See, I'd have got this back in the day. I'd have been dead shoved. Oh, look, I've got a nuclear suit. I'm invincible for a bit. That's cool. That's quite... Oh, sugar. Little suit to make myself invincible. I've died now. Right, I must find way to destroy places. There must be a button that says like self-destruct or something like that. Seems obvious that it should be. Alright. Oh, I'm stuck. Definitely map 1. Yeah, definitely a map 1. Oh, stuck myself. Hang on, what's that down there? That looks like a new machine. Let's go that way. What's this? It looks like a machine that we need to... Ah, hang on. Red one. Nothing. An R2-D2's just stomped on my head and killed me. Ah, there. Self-destruct. Damn, how do we get to that? There it is. Destruct. Right, go this way. Some more gunfire. Game over. So there are self-destruct buttons. Cool. Right, okay. Let's carry on. See what else is on here. Let's see if any of these load. Star Strike. Oh, Star Strike is one of the greatest games. I believe that. Am I right in remembering that the creator of Star Strike, 3D Star Strike, then went on eventually to work for Nintendo to do Star Fox? I'm pretty convinced that is the case. You know, I'm pretty convinced that the man that or one of the developers or writers of this this is a modern day terminology for a programmer. One of the developers went on to do the sort of new Star Fox game, or the original one. Of course, they did re-release that on the DS. Do you remember? That's the I think it was the 64 DS version of the my wife's looking for something. I'm not sure what she's looking for. She looking. Have you found it? I didn't open the gate. A dogs seem to have gone missing. My wife had been out in the front working in the garden, and she said the dog's gone missing. And I don't think it has. I still don't know the answer to that question. I don't think it has. I think we're all right. It's good. Anyway, 3D Star Strike went on to work on Star Fox later, and of course there is another Star Fox for the DS. There's a Star Fox like 64, I think it's called. It's not really like in N64 because obviously it's the dual screen weirdness of a Nintendo DS. But it's clever. It's great stuff. Really good stuff. I mean, the Nintendo did do some good stuff. Oliver Frey, of course, did the cover. I forgot that. Legendary covers on Crash. I still remember that robot with the sort of Space Invaders in his eyes, holding the joystick with the sort of metalized teeth. I'm sure they were sort of moving the joystick, and you could see the reflection of it in there. Wonderful stuff. It's just such a shame that this 3D Star Strike is such a small image. It's like a single jewel rather than there's no double jewel of it, or even a gigantic boxed version of it. Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? When they started getting boxed versions of things, it makes me smile. We got boxed versions of Spectrum games, that were the size of the jewel case, but like double the thickness. And then we got bigger boxes for other things. I mean, what was it? F-15 Strike Eagle is one of those games that shoots to mind when I think of these things. You're just great, just fantastic. It was cool, wasn't it? You put it in your collection. It's like, I have a copy of Elite, and I showed that to somebody who was a big fan of the new Elite that's available, the Elite Dangerous that you can buy on sort of Steam and your PlayStation 5 and your Xbox, whatever it is. You could buy it on there, and I showed them the original version of it, and they're absolutely amazed by how brilliant it was, including the fact that it came in a book about the sort of story of the universe that was there, and details of all the ships that were in it, and obviously I don't have the Word version with lens lock. I do actually feel quite bad I don't have that version, but I have the version that loads. I think it was the gold release from Firebird. I mean, what a fantastic game that was. I mean, it really was. These people who just got out of the games market, however, saying that, it's really weird. At the moment, of course, the games market is sort of having a real sort of upheaval in the financial terminology. AAA, you're having a huge upheaval in their games are no longer what you call AAA. That's what it's about. It's about a banking term, isn't it? It's effectively if you invested in a AAA game, you were guaranteed a return on your investment, and it's not happening. So obviously, as developers are going everywhere, it's just weird to be in a world where they thought that emptying our wallets regularly with this kind of stuff would work. It doesn't. It clearly doesn't. And Switch is definitely, and Nintendo has definitely got it right with their model of still selling games. Because volume still sells, good games still sells, and let's be honest, gameplay counts double, and it doesn't really matter how it looks, really. It's weird, because if you look at Minecraft, I wouldn't call Minecraft the most amazing looking game. It just has a great game loop. You'll hear me say this a lot, by the way, because I've discovered the words game loop. I like this one. But I mean, I've been playing it. I mean, it's on the channel. You'll see it. I've been playing Surrounded. Surrounded has asset graphics purchased from an asset store. But the game loop is good. The game loop is surviving in a zombie apocalypse and trying to eat, drink, sleep, and of course make sure that you're rearmed with the latest equipment so that you can beat the latest area to get more loot, because that's the game loot. Game loop. It's not multiplayer, it's single player. It's perfect. Beautiful. Love it. I love the way it speaks, but I can't remember what it says. this game, we're about to play it. This game has a good game loop as well. Well, you do a run down to the base. You target the reactors, a bit like you do in Star Wars, and then you blow the base up, and then you do it again. And it's literally the same repeated game loop, and it blooming works. It's brilliant. I used to play this on a joystick and be like brilliant stuff. Keyboard, easy, and I'm hoping the keys are what I think they are. Sort of, yes they are. So they look like TIE fighters. If you want to stop those weapons, you have to just shoot the bullets down, like you did in the original things. I've run out of firepower. Got to shoot so many of them before we make a run to the planet. Look at vector graphics go; they are brilliant. Yeah, we're like a TIE bomber or something like that. Not a TIE bomber, B-wing or something like that, maybe. So now we do the approach to the base, and so we can shoot the stuff on the surface like this as we come in, avoiding getting killed. So we fly across. Star Glider, that's another game that came in a lovely big box. Do you remember Star Glider? That was on the TV shows. Remember, it was used to be on TV shows. Not sure what TV show it was on, but they used to have like the Amiga version of it on there, and they used to play it for like scores, and people would have to have a go on it. There we go. Status yellow. Well, that's alright. Get some extra score by shooting these things down. That's it. And then we're into the final run. So let's shoot these are the weapons on the walls. Stay low. Stay low again. Go higher. Not to hit these things because these barriers are horrendous. And then we get to the final thing in a minute, and we have to destroy the reactor core by shooting the left and right of it. You'll see in a second. It's good. Fantastic game, this one. Very well designed. And I'm coming up to reactor core. Yep, reactor pod, I know. I didn't do it. Yeah, you still do, sort of. Oh no, you don't. You have to do it again, because I'm an idiot. Do the run again. You missed. I'm no Luke Skywalker. Yeah, you got to shoot the left and right of it. I can't remember how many times. I used to be much better at this as a kid. I remember being better at this. Red status, here we go. Oh, almost out of shields. Almost. Did I get it? I think I did. Prepare for hyperspace. Watch for it exploding. That's no moon. That's a Death Star. And then we hyperspace to the next one. And we take out another moon-based planet. The same thing. Repeat, rinse and repeat. Simple game loop. Fantastic game. I would say that in my mind, when I was a kid, this was better than Star Wars. I remember playing Star Wars, and I thought this was a better game. And then you've got 3D Star Strike 2, which is... oh, it's spectacular. It really is. It's such an advancement on this. But it plays so well. Oh yeah. We'll get to the planet again. Simple game loop. Way to do it. Vector graphics, as I say. A thing. 25 tops off them. So got to go for this. There's a top off that one. 10 tops to go. There's another one. Oh, we missed that one. Got that one. Very playable. Ah! 5 tops to go. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. Oh, got hit. Health is low. 2 tops to go. On the catwalk, unfortunately. Or the cat, the dodging the gantry. I'll stay here. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go down. Made it. And then down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Didn't shoot anything there. Okay, here's the reactor. Let's go for it. I did it. First time round. You have to shoot him a few times. A little easier than Luke's run. I didn't even have to use the force. And the next planet's exploded, and we're on to the next one. We get a bit more shield back as we jump into hyperspace to move to our next bit. Already on status of red, though, unfortunately. It's just not going to go very well. Great game, though. It's a good game, actually. I'm enjoying it. I hope you've had a lovely weekend, though, and I hope you've got a lovely beverage as well. I made myself a cup of coffee. I made a really big cup of coffee. A lovely sort of... going with the old Dow egg butts again. I like a bit Dow egg butts. But I made a big old cup, huge one, in the old sherbet mug. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what I watched recently, and if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you, because I'm not going to spoil it at all. But I did watch, was it Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Wolverine versus Deadpool, 1 or 2? Yeah, I wasn't as impressed as I think. It's definitely the best thing coming out of Marvel for a while, but it wasn't probably as good as the previous 2 movies from Deadpool. That's my quick review. Not quite as good, so it was all right. First hour was good. Second hour was a little less impressive for me, anyway. Doesn't mean it was not for you. Just for me, it wasn't as good. There we go. Me concentrating on tower crashing. Tower. Oh, all over. That was good. I enjoyed that. Now, it is time. This is never going to load. There's no way this is going to load. If this loads, I'm going to be... A little voice there. If this loads, I honestly, no, never. It's never going to load. Never, ever in this world is this going to load. A flash loader. There we go. It's already failed. I'm not even going to try to go further. That game, bane of everybody's life. Nobody's ever played Strange Loop. They played it once when they first loaded it, and nobody's played it since. It does not. There's nobody in the world who has played Strange Loop ever beyond the first game that they played on it. I remember my friend got Strange Loop to load, and I actually told him, I said, don't turn it off. And he's like, why don't turn it off? I said, because it'll never load again. So I think for about a week he had his, because he had it on the Amstrad. I think for about a week he had his Amstrad turned on so that we could actually play Strange Loop, because it just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't load. After that first load, that was it. It was never again. The atmosphere and the conditions in the world were not adequate for Strange Loop to ever load ever again. Right, we're going with Spitfire now. This is that game that I said I've never seen from Encore before. It says it's not been released before, so this is quite exciting. I'm going to have a little read. Basic, yeah. Loaded there. Spectrum keys. Oh, God, there's a lot of keys. Q, A, Z. Eject fire. Space is fire. I can redefine the keys, though, on Spectrum, thankfully. You're a pilot of one of the most advanced aeroplanes ever made, the Spitfire. The Spitfire is based to attack an enemy and attempt to destroy your forces. Your mission is to destroy as many rocket rural installation camps as possible, at the same time fighting off enemies. Cool. I'm looking for the Spectrum version of it. It looks cool. I'm kind of excited about this one. Wasn't particularly expensive. This, from my usual Spectrum drug dealer. A game I've never seen. Durell. They said it was released, but it's been never previously unreleased game. Did they buy this from Durell directly? Ooh. Maybe Durell made this and never wanted to release it for some reason. Maybe it wasn't quite up to Durell's standards. Remember, Durell are possibly responsible for the game that played, one of the other games played most in the world, GTA. The original GTA, the top-down version of GTA, the GTA 1 that played on the PC and the PlayStation 1. I don't know if it appeared on anything else. I can't remember it. It probably did, didn't it? But anyway, that first GTA, the one that was top-down, that was based on their Turbo Esprit, Durell's Turbo Esprit. That was one of their heavy inspirations, a free roaming city where you could do what you want. I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. 48K of memory with an entire free roaming city, pedestrians, criminals, and civilians. It's massive. Absolutely massive. I mean, if you went to a developer nowadays, and I don't think they're fully aware of the past at this point in time, a programmer of the past, I don't think they're really aware of the past, and you ask them to use only 48K of memory to produce that whole concept of hunting down criminals in an entire city with a mapping system as well. The map system was there on that one, in a Lotus Esprit with a pistol. I think they'd laugh. They would think it was impossible beyond their programming prowess, but it did happen. It genuinely happened. A lot of this happened. Look at the stuff we're playing right now. It's all 48K for the most part. 256 rooms in a 48K game. It's quite legendary, isn't it? I mean, we lived through. If you're old enough to have lived through this time, you're very lucky, because it was a wonderful time for innovation. I mean, it was a wonderful time for innovation. It just. And I do you know what I can smell though? I can smell it. I can smell it on the horizon. There is a change in the wind. Certainly the indie developers, the developers that we used to call the bedroom coders back in the day, those independents from larger big companies. They could smell the blood in the water from the bigger AAA companies. They smell it, and they know that if they stick to their guns, that whole process of creating games that are complete, that are fun and enjoyable, that ultimately they're going to win the awards that are there. Have you seen? Let's take an example. Just have a little. You look on YouTube for the following game, okay? Just have a little look. I haven't put it on my channel yet because I haven't had a chance to do a video for it. Plus, I'm utterly rubbish at it. Have a look for the Forever Winter. Yeah, Forever Winter. This is an indie developer who's refusing to make sort of downloadable content that costs. They're refusing to do many things that those bigger developers would do, and the game looks phenomenal. And they're not asking a lot of money. They're asking one price, and the only thing they're ever going to charge for, and I'm not going to argue with this because they're giving away all the characters for free, all the additional maps for free, all of the add-ons and the updates for free. Once you bought the initial game, obviously, there's a price to that. The only thing they're going to ask for is small donations in the context of cosmetic changes for the models that they can provide within the game. I can live with that. We're talking small amounts of money, teeny bits. It's like SCS software and additional maps for areas. They don't come out and just give you a tiny little map. They give you a whole blooming state usually, or a whole country, while still developing it further. You do not begrudge it because the game itself costs you 20 quid. It's not a problem. And you know this is the world we're living in. So yeah, I do recommend you have a little look at Forever Winter. And remember, this is a game that currently is being sold for £22 or 27 if you want the music soundtrack to support them further. They themselves, obviously being American, are like $50 max, but $50 I'm guessing is about £30 or something similar for the whole thing. So in whatever else it is, you know. But that's what they're talking about. It's unreal. It's if you're a 40k fan, just imagine the grimdark future on a hive planet, which is basically a planet where you're scavenging to survive while an endless war goes on around you. Guess what? That's Forever Winter. It looks amazing. It's just not optimized yet, by the way. if your expensive video card can't play it, wouldn't be surprised. Mine can just do it. It's okay. It's okay, but it's not optimized yet. So there is some problems that way. But it's very, very early alpha. Looks amazing. And if everything they're saying is true, I wish them a great deal of luck. I bought it because it looked unreal, and I think I want to support people who wish to. I mean, they literally said that in the 90s you used to get a game and it was complete, and you used to get a complete game and that was it. You didn't pay any more money for it. Spot on. That's what we got. We did get DLC in the 90s though. Not downloadable content, but content packs, in the sense of we got add-ons for things like Diablo and things like that. They did exist. They were like 20 quid. You added them on, you got more maps, you got more characters and other things. But you got value for money. You plus got a box and a CD and the whole thing went with it. Value for money, I think. Right, okay, coffee time. Oh, that is so good. I love a good cup of coffee. Right, I've got the keys. I'm scrambling. Okay, I'm scrambled. Take off. I'm going at speed. At speed. I've touched down again. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going up, up, up. Come on. Up, up, up. Take off. We're here. Do 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 do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm changing direction with the. Oh my god! It's rotational controls. It's insane. Oh, it's god. Oh god, no. Do 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 do. That's wrong music. I'm doing. What's it called? Airhawk. Airwolf. Airhawk. It's a totally different thing. Airhawk was the sort of crappy version from. Look at this. I do like that. Look out, me. What's the thing at the bottom there? It's some kind of mappy thing. I'm just flying around like a lunatic. I've been hit. It's not a game I've played before. The quality's good though. I'll give it that. I'm going faster. The man is going. I'm going full tilt. Infinite bullets, it seems. No, it's not. I think I A for ammo down the bottom there. I don't know where I'm going to, but it looks dangerous. Look out for me. It's kind of cool. I'm not sure what the map thing is below, though. Oh, yeah, got it. That's maybe what it is. The map thing is like a radar of where they are. I'm dogfighting! Oh. What the heck? I'm bouncing off the sea. I think he's on my side, actually. I'm just destroying him for fun. Oh, weird. I love the look of it's good. Yeah, not a game I've played before. Not sure entirely. Got blown up there. Not sure entirely whether or not. Yeah, 7 Spitfires remain. Yeah, that's a lot of Spitfires. I'll tell you what, it's a good one for the collection. I like it enough for like that. Would I have played it more as a kid? Probably more than I'm just about to play it right now. But we're moving on. We're moving on. We could be here all day otherwise. We could be here all day. Let's just rewind this tape and find out what I'm loading first here. Let's just rewind and load one of these. It was alright. It was just different, wasn't it? It was different. I don't think we've played one like that before. You're going to get plenty for your money this time round. And by your money, I mean none at all, because I don't charge. There's no money involved in this channel. None. I don't even collect the YouTube money. I've just put it to one side. I've just left it there. I might collect it when I'm like 90 or something like that. I'm an old man. Beep, beep. Oh, it's a squeaky tape. We've got a squeaky one. We have a squeaky one. What are we loading? I think this is Dynamite Dan, the special edition. It's probably got all the lives loaded automatically. Dynamite Dan is one of my faves. I like Dynamite Dan. It's it's a header. Somebody's put a header on it. That's the poke going in right there. That is the poke being installed. That's good. I like it. Yeah, Dynamite Dan's one of my faves. I quite like Dynamite Dan. It's one of those unsung heroes. I think it's worth having in the collection. I think the best version of it, the one that was released by, I don't care about that. Let's just do the best version. I think in my head is not the original release by Microsoft. I think for me the best version of this of Dynamite Dan is the re-release on the Silverbird range, and it just because it looks better, they cartoonise the whole sort of game itself, and you can see, I can't remember the name of the doctor. There's a mad doctor in it. I can't remember his name, Doctor Destruct or something like that. And he's got his little assistant there. And I think from my point of view, yeah, that's a bit of madness going on there. That's not going to load, is it? Let's rewind that. Let's try and load it from there. Yeah, I think this is one of my favourite sort of platformers because it's busy. It's an extremely busy looking game. It's got a very busy look to it. This might be the header again. I'm not sure I want this. Oh, it's the header. Let's go to the program and stop in a second. I don't want that. Here we go. Header and stop. Yeah, it stops at the end there, look. I'll do a list. There's a paper problem here, so you can't see the colour of it. Right, I'm going to do new. I'm going to do load it here. Because I think this is the right start of the game, so this will be without the extra lives or whatever it is. The poked version, as we used to call it, the pokes. Used to stand in WH Smith's and write those ones down as well. Used to buy them on magazine and then sit and stand in the WH Smith's, like scribbling down on my hand the rest of the poke for Dynamite Dan or whatever it is, or Manic Mine. I couldn't afford Manic Mine. I never had Manic Mine back in the day. It wasn't until like a lot later that I got a copy of Manic Mine. In fact, most of my, I mean, not to feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me at all. Anyway, most of my sort of Spectrum games and things like that were budget titles. That's what I got for most of them. It was inexpensive budget titles were the thing that I had. So my experience of these things are more things like Booty and Mr. Freeze and things like that. Those were mostly the ones I would get, and then later the Atlantis games. And I've just unplugged something I shouldn't have unplugged. Hang on a second. I'm just getting my... Oh, where is it? I'm going to get my phone and we'll see if we can do a Dynamite Dan install. Dynamite Dan install. It's not an install. You silly man. To load for Dynamite Dan. We'll do it from a phone. Quick search. Dynamite Dan. Dynamite Dan, the re-release from Silverbird. Yes, that's definitely the one. That's the other reason, of course. I've forgotten that. The re-release of Dynamite Dan is slightly larger. So it's a... Let's pause. No, can't do that with that on there. It's slightly larger, the re-release, and it just loads rather than not loading, which is a good thing. Love the way, by the way, I've just completely bypassed the fact that Strange Loop never loads. It just never loads. We're not even going to try and load it. Let's see what else is on this tape, though, just in case we need to do some more loads, because this tape does look a bit like it's had it. Thunderbirds and Roller Coaster. Yeah. Not sure whether Thunderbirds will work. But we'll give it a try. This might be a funny loader for Thunderbirds. Yeah, Dynamite Dan though, I do like this one. I think this one's very underrated. And as I say, the re-release on Silverbird was a great thing for it, because it was a game that should have been played. People should have played Dynamite Dan. It's just good. No other way of describing it. And the graphics are great. The way that they're done are really, really beautiful. I mean, you arrive to stop. I can't remember the name of the doctor. Mad Doctor something or other. You arrive and you've got to basically find, I think it's 12 sticks of dynamite. I think it's something like that. You've got to find dynamite, and then you've got that basically allows you to blow him up. Because you're Dynamite Dan. It's because you use dynamite. These are the days, by the way, when it was quite normal for cartoons to include... for children to watch the Wile E. Coyote attempt to blow up a roadrunner with about 4 stacks of C4, and it was perfectly reasonable then to allow children to watch said coyote then blow himself up with it, or be hit in the face by a whatever else is. Nowadays, so you get 20 minutes of them characters just standing still and just pretending not to do any interactions at all, because nobody gets offended that way. It's not true. But there was a thing, wasn't there? Do you not remember the... oh, God, have I upset it? Are you upset? Oh, you are upset. Right, okay, let's start that again. Sorry. Oh, come on, Dynamite Dan, please load. Oh, load ZZ. Not quite. Right, we'll try this version. There's another version here. Right. We'll try this version instead. We'll see if this one works. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, it was quite normal, wasn't it? Tom and Jerry, animals got, walloped, and mice were getting eaten by cats. That was all those lovely things, all the stories of old.
Tell you what I have enjoyed recently, though. I don't know if I mentioned it previously. I've enjoyed that Gary Oldman thing, Slow Horses. I've enjoyed that recently. That's been good stories rather than anything else, and I quite enjoy good stories. There's something about a great story that I've enjoyed. I tell you what, I also have seen recently as well, which I was quite. I mean, not to spoil it, but to be fair, have you ever seen the movie Rosemary's Baby from 1968? Imagine somebody did a prequel to it in 2024, called it Apartment 7A, but said it wasn't actually part of the Rosemary Baby thing, even though it was part of the prequel to Rosemary's Baby. But not really, but it is, but it isn't, but it is. And you just do the same story again, pretty much, but not quite as well. Yeah, imagine that. I know, just ridiculous, isn't it? But anyway, it's okay. It's just the same story, though. It's like a remake of the original thing. It's like I've watched quite a few things recently, because apparently one of the things that's really making a mark is a movie called Substance with Demi Moore in it. And can you imagine that? Demi Moore, she's sort of a bit more older than me, I think, but she's into a movie called Substance, and that's really people are loving this movie. It's getting some good critical reviews. I assume not by the critics, but by normal everyday people saying they really like this movie. So that's getting some really critical reviews as sort of being something great, something lovely to watch, or something clever to watch, should I say, and whatever else is. And the same director did a movie called on Shudder called The Revenge. Now I watched The Revenge, and I'll be honest, 10 minutes in, I realised, 10-15 minutes in, I realised it was I Spit on Your Grave, which is a very old 1978 movie, just remade in the desert, and although it's particularly grotesque and horrible, it's very well shot, it's very well delivered. It's the same movie, though, same premise. So it's interesting. The older you get, the more things you've seen, and the more things you go, well, hang on, we've done that already. Which is true. We've done many of these things before. It's sort of it's quite weird to see them come round again and somebody else almost adopt it as their I've thought of something new and here it is, a new story, and it's not. Whatever happened to Rebel Moon? I didn't even watch the re-released ones as the violent versions, because apparently it's an R18 version, isn't there? Oh, not R18, an R version. R18 would make it more adult than that. Back to W.H. Smith's and its top shelves here. Zack Snyder was like, let's put more boobs into it. That'll bring everybody back. We'll definitely more boobies. Yes, that to be fair, that probably would improve its ratings a bit. But I'm still not sure it would get it any further, because that was meant to be his version of Star Wars, wasn't it? It just turned out to be a bit of a, I don't know, it wasn't very good. The characters were flat and uninteresting. They were extremely poorly. It was extremely, yeah. But apparently there's an 18 version of it, or an 8R version of it if you're in the US. So where the violence is all restored to its full glory. But again, I am so confused by who or what this movie was aimed at. I think they should have gone with the full 18 version of it to begin with. That's for sure. I don't think I know what else it would mean, realistically. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, realistically, for me. Oh, I love coffee. Coffee is fantastic. Have you got a beverage? I hope so. Oh, I think we've loaded. We've loaded. There's a little nudie models on the side there, on the side of the left and right. Don't look at the top of the column. Oh, you've looked at the top of the columns. You naughty boys. Anyway, let's do the instructions, because I like the instructions. Yeah, Dr. Blitzen and his glamorous assistant Donna and Blitzen, you see. Yeah, and he's basically built a mega ray, and a top hero, Dynamite Dan, has been assigned to thwart him, pressing the key. Go get 8 sticks of dynamite. AS and space to jump. Yep, lovely. I can change those keys, I think. It doesn't mean you can swim. These are the food to keep our energy up. Got ice cream, cake, cocktails, shaken, not stirred, obviously. Fruit, cheese, the biggest wheel of cheese in the world. Looks like Pac-Man fell over on the side. And also what we got. Eat that. Got oxygen. We got the dynamite sticks that are 100. We've got top secret plans. And we basically just need to get the dynamite sticks and top secret plans and blow this. Let's blow this place and go. Right, let's press just D to find keys. Right, okay. Can't use Q and can't use P. I remember this. Go ahead. Left, right, jump. Right, here we go. So that's down at the top. I jumped over that one. No! Lost a life. And they're just down the bottom there, by the way. You get tons of lives. There's another life gone. And then another life gone. And there's another one gone. Just eats the lives. A game that does not love you very much at all. But the graphics are amazing. And I like the environments. They look good. It's clever environments. They're just different. Look at this. The massive wheel of cheese. Down we go. Down we go again. Look at the rooms. They're cool. I just grabbed that to get some score. There's a fish. The fish. I mean, it's so big, the place. You just don't know where to start. That's why I'm staying on the lift for the moment. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, I can't go that way. Stick a dynamite there. Look at this. I think I have a cocktail. No, I'm gonna drown. And it's all over. I've been killed. Visit 10 screen and Mr. Megalopolis or Blitzen, Dr. Blitzen has blown my head off. It's a great little game. It's well worth playing. It's about as hard as it'll come, but it is still fun. I'm not sure if we're going to get Thunderbirds on this, by the way. I'm not sure what version of Thunderbirds this is. I'm half tempted to just do a little search on PlayZX and see if we can find a Thunderbirds that might not be Thunderbirds. I think that's what this is because there's no way, because the original Thunderbirds was like a massive tape loading thing, and there must be another equivalent. Let's see if we can find that before I start messing around with the tape there. Let's see if we can find a Thunderbirds. I think there's another Thunderbirds here. It's not the Thunderbirds we're thinking of. Search Thunderbirds. There's no way that's the Thunderbirds that we're looking at. It maybe is. That can't have fitted on that tape. It's 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's try it. Let's try it. It can't fit it on this tape. There's no way. No way it fitted on. No way, dude. No way. I can't believe that. There's no way there's enough tape on there to fit it. T-Birds. Thunderbirds, of course, get a movie with puppets. Was this the one with Penelope Parker? No, Parker was the driver, wasn't he? She was Penelope. She was like Lady Penelope or something like that, wasn't she? She was kind of involved in it in some way. I don't know the ins and outs of it all, to be honest. Yeah, there was a pink car, wasn't there, that I used to use? Yeah. I'm going to be so surprised that it's loads. Jerry Adamson's Thunderbirds. Is this the game? John F. Kane. This is the yeah. He's the guy who did Booty. This can't be the same game. I don't think I've ever played it before. I'll be honest. I'll be surprised if it loads. Firebird, sorry, of course, being the software house owned by British Telecom. Certainly were pretty popular back in the day. I used to always think fondly of Firebird back in the day. Oh, they always seem to produce decent quality games, and we always used to get reasonable stuff for our money. And of course, then BT stopped doing it. Stopped producing games. Again, another one of these set of people, I think, who had that boardroom meeting that probably went along the lines of, yeah, these computer games, they're never going to mount anything. Nobody's ever going to keep playing computer games. And there's me, 40 plus years later, still playing blooming computer games. On a Spectrum. You were wrong, BT. You were wrong. To be fair, you've been wrong about a lot of things. I feel like they're going the General Motors way of life. You know, if you don't, you know the story of General Motors. General Motors used to produce vehicles and all kinds of things for households in the US, and now they just play the stock market with the monies that they made. They don't actually really produce very much anymore, and that's really what happened to them as a company. Their production's gone way down. Not really interested in it. Why not just move the money around from place to place and try and maximise the profits of the shareholders? Sad, but true. I'm winding a tape on with a Bic Biro right now. It feels old school, just doing it. I've got biros that are old enough that fit through, because they actually made them smaller. You know this? You made your old biros smaller. Yes, they did. They saved money. They made them less. They're not as big as they used to be. So I'm quite lucky to still have a few from almost back in the day when they were thicker, so that you can actually use them properly. Same with pencils. They made them smaller as well. I mean, seriously, we live in such a strange world that the thickness of your biro and the thickness of your pencil is a factor. Oh, that's what she said anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, let's have some more sherbet coffee. It's not really sherbet coffee, but it's coffee. I'm going for it. Oh, it's good. It is good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I've rewound that entire C15 tape, and it didn't take long while we were waiting for this to load. As a swimming pool, this is Thunderbirds. It's playing the music, and the graphics are broken. One of the new Firebird Super Silver range. It's very slow, isn't it? For the 48K Spectrum. Yes! It's the music anyway. 1985. Press the key. That's going up. There's Thunderbird 1. Go on, Thunderbird. An ancient pyramid. His mission is to rescue them all. Some people in some ancient pyramid. Yeah, I want to go though. Come on. Rescue, rescue, rescue. Oh, there we go. We're rescuing. That's Thunderbird 1, sorry. What was that other one then? Thunderbird 2. Press fire. Fire. Fire button. Fire. I'm pressing fire. I want to... Oh my god, it's crashed. Oh no! I didn't see that. Didn't see that coming, did we? all corrupt. Right, let's see what. Let's get a roller coaster on. Let's get the last good elite game that we had here. Roller coaster. This is such an interesting history. This game. So roller coaster is a platformer based in a menacing theme park. But here's the interesting bit about it. They took the roller coaster from the Spectrum, and they reused the code on the Game Boy, because the Game Boy, because being a Z80 processor as well, they reused the code to create, what's it called? Dragon's Lair. I'm not sure this is going to load, by the way. Or maybe it will. I don't know. Dragon's Lair on the Game Boy. And it's totally nuts. It's insane. Just listen to what I'm saying here. They took basically the level design, they altered a few things to do with the way that the characters looked, and they literally turned roller coasters from the Spectrum into Dragon's Lair on the Game Boy. I know, it's nuts, isn't it? But of course it was the same people. It was Elite, but they weren't. I don't know if they were called Elite at that point. It was the same people who transferred the one to the other, but they literally used the code from the Spectrum and took it over to the Game Boy and created it. I'm actually surprised they didn't do more games like that. I bet they probably did. I'm probably just not aware of them. But yeah, that was one of their little sort of sneaky tricks. They took this game, and slapped the name Dragon's Lair on the top of it and went for it. Can you imagine if you were the people who licensed Dragon's Lair? I don't know who owned the original licensed Dragon's Lair, but if you were the people who licensed that and they were like, yeah, we've got a Dragon's Lair game. It's all done. It's in the works. It's ready for you just to have a little peruse, have a look, see what you think. It's nothing to do with the original game Roller Coaster on the Spectrum. Definitely not at all, and they probably didn't mention that at all. But I would suggest they wouldn't. You know, I don't know where they come from. By the way, I'm just ad-libbing an accent. Anyway, so they're there, you know, showing off their game to the people. They're like, whip this up quickly. It's this is it. Have a go. See what you think. And they're like, yeah, let's pop this out there. And do you think at some point somebody phoned them up and went, you know what, lads? I think we might have been gypped here. We might have been gypped. Elite seem to have created this game before and called it Roller Coaster. Do you think that ever happened? I doubt it did, you know. It depends how many they sold. If they sold enough copies, they probably don't care. I mean, how many good number of copies to sell for the Game Boy to make it valid? I mean, what is the break-even point of a program? If you think about programming, and you want to get, you want a decent wage, it's gonna be quite a lot of money. I mean, is it 10k? Is that enough to cover the cost of it back in the day? We're talking about the end of early 80s, end of the 80s, early 90s. Is that enough? If you sold 20k's worth, was that enough? I mean, how much does it go for nowadays? I'm going to Google that now. I'm going to look for it. Dragon's Lair for the Game Boy. I'm Googling it right now. Right? Game Boy, I want to know how much Dragon's Lair for the Game Boy goes for. Game Boy. Dragon's Lair. Right? I want to know how much it costs to buy it. Game Boy. Dragon's Lair, The Legend on the Game Boy. Unboxed. 80 quid it goes for nowadays. £80. I wonder how many were produced. Yeah, between 50 and £8, depending on what you got. Saying that though, CEX is a lot cheaper for that game. Did they move it to the? No, different game. Sorry, I lied. Wrong game. Yeah, pretty inexpensive, realistically. Huh. Quite surprising, really, though, that they literally reused the entire sort of structure of it. Not a bad thing, though, I guess, from the point of view. The developers saved themselves a bunch of effort by reskinning something they already had. But Roller Coaster was a good game. I'm going to give it a sort of a good sort of score for that, and I'm sure that Dragon's Lair was probably not quite as good, but it was definitely a good game. I think we definitely have a reasonable game on our hands there. So just checking them on my YouTube page. Got it updated itself properly with all things uploaded, all the exciting things I uploaded, including if you're trying it this week, Dirt Track Racer. It's actually pretty good graphically, not the best of games overall. So it could have been better. It wasn't bad, but it could have been better. I think that was a Zeppelin game from memory. Did a little while ago, recorded them a while ago. I've got some other ones that are recorded. I do need to record for the Amstrad, and I do need to record for the Commodore, and I do apologise for not doing so. But this is another game that I really like because of the graphics. I think they're really good. Cap, shift, jump. M to run. Enter to play. So there's our little man. There's our run. There's our jump. Yeah, we're just trying to collect money, aren't we? That's what we're trying to do. So, oh, bleh. The graphics are great on this, though. I do like them. Oh, jumped on the spikes. And now we're dead because we're in the infinite drop loop. No! Well, you know the one. It's when you jet set Willy it and you do that. I'm having another go because that was fun. Damn you. Shit. Oh, can you up here? Yeah, so it's just collecting things, a bit Jet Set Willy like. I do like it though. Let's have a little look over here. Ah, did I not get off? I was trying to get off. Ah! What a tough game this is. It's totally unforgiving. On the roller coaster, or the log flume. I'm going across the entire level. There's a man there. No! No! I landed in it by mistake, but I did it. You meant to jump and get those, you know. It's insane. Wow. Am I going to jump on that? No idea if I'm going to jump on this. I'm going to jump on it. I can. Ah, I fell in the water. What a place! That's amazing. It's a great game. Really good. Really clever. I actually really like Roller Coaster. I think it's a great game. My copy that was given to me was cost by the lovely Daryl. Of course it was. Anyway, I'll thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.